Hello and welcome to Breaking Bread with Rivaj Maharaj, where nothing is off the table. For today's episode, I want to talk about the upcoming Hungarian elections as well as Viktor Orban's insistence on vetoing the 90 billion aid package that the EU is to make to Ukraine. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, Hungary is on the verge of having an election. Viktor Orban is standing again for this election. However, the polls seem to indicate that he's trailing behind the opposition. Now, he's weaponized the idea of cheap oil that they were receiving from Russia. So, Hungary and Slovakia were receiving this cheap oil from Russia via the Druzhba pipeline, and the pipeline was attacked. Now, Hungary and Slovakia have blamed Ukraine for sabotaging the pipeline. Ukraine has said it's the Russians, and the EU are now sat in the center. Ursula von der Leyen wanted to deliver personally the package, 90 billion aid package to Ukraine to help them through this year and next year's financial period. However, the Slovakians and the Hungarians are vetoing that 90 billion aid package. They say that as long as the Ukrainians are not prepared to repair the pipeline and allow the Russian oil to flow through, they're not prepared to allow the money to go to Ukraine, despite the fact that they agreed to it last year. Now, Hungary is a very close ally of the Russians. But at the same time, Viktor Orban sees this as a rallying cry to help him cement his place or his win in the next election. So he's going to latch on to this like a bulldog. He's not going to let this go. And the EU are frustrated. If you listen to some of the reports coming out of, the European leaders, because Orban said in a post on X, no oil, no money. And German Chancellor Friedrich Merz said Orban's actions amount to a gross act of disloyalty, while European Council head Antonio Costa described them as tantamount to blackmail. Now, Ursula von der Leyen came out saying that one way or another, this package of aid will reach Zelensky. However, Emmanuel Macron has said that the meeting's outcome was unprecedented, adding that the loan's release must be implemented without delay. And Emmanuel Macron has also said that there's no plan B. Everybody basically has to agree to that money going in. So the EU, once again, their famous trait is non-consensus amongst them, and it's playing out for everybody to see. And the funny part about it is Zelensky is dependent on this aid, and he's waiting for this aid, and he's begging every day. He's going on a whirlwind European tour trying to muster up support to get this aid package through to him. And it's not happening. But rather than him attempting to repair the pipeline, he's saying that it's not Ukraine that has damaged the pipeline, it's the Russians. And furthermore, even if he was to repair the pipeline, it doesn't make sense because you're allowing Russian oil to pass through Ukraine into Hungary and Slovakia. So therein already lies an idea as to who damaged the pipeline. Again, I don't understand. This 90 billion aid package shouldn't even go to Zelensky. Zelensky should be cut loose. They should have a democratic election held in Ukraine. The war should be stopped. Sit down with Putin, negotiate, and spare whatever Ukrainian lives can be spared. Because they are the people that are suffering, nobody else. These politicians are making money hand over fist. They're using the Ukrainians to further their own personal gains. And Zelensky and his friends are stealing all the while and smiling to the bank. So, honestly, I don't think that Viktor Orban is going to allow this package to go through. I think he's going to pull this right up until the election with the hopes that it helps him secure a victory in the upcoming election. So, I want to thank you for spending time with us. We look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, as it helps us with the channel and it helps our channel to grow.